Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the man that this has to be surprising about just what this AFC South looks like, right, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, two teams that are 4-1. Then you have the 2-3 Texans, who still have, I think, the best defense in that division. And then the Titans, who just got a crazy win over the Cardinals, but they seem like the outlier here. It seems like it's going to be very competitive. The Colts are, in my opinion, the best team in the division, but with how this season has gone, I think it's really up in the air who will win it.
Yeah, it really is up in the air because Jacksonville got a good win against the Chiefs. Even though the Chiefs are not what they used to be, they're still an experienced team, and the Jaguars were down 14-0 at one point. Jaguars also beat the Niners. But the thing has really been that Colts defense with Daniel Jones as quarterback. That to me is what really is pushing the Colts' success.
Well, also Jonathan Taylor, obviously.
Yeah. And to me, that makes Daniel Jones' job easier. And if you look at both the Jaguars and Colts offense, they both have good run games.
Yeah, the Jaguars less so than the Colts. I mean, the Colts have one of the best run games in football, but Jaguars have really been succeeding off of defense and being able to turn over the other team. Who do you favor rest of season to win the division?
I want to go. I'm going to say Jacksonville Jaguars because I was a huge fan of Trevor Lawrence while he was at Clemson, and I trust his ceiling more than Daniel Jones because kind of how Daniel Jones has gone up and down in the NFL, but you can say the same for Trevor Lawrence. I think a big part of it, though, is kind of the hype with Trevor Lawrence and what he's dealt with as number one overall pick in a organization that is still looking for the right head coach. Because Doug Peterson wasn't doing it, now you have Liam Cohen. And he's someone that I think can help get the best out of Lawrence as he worked with Baker Mayfield and just help that offense reach great heights. And it does seem, I couldn't find, is Travis Hunter hurt or does it look like in
he's healthy
game? Okay. Someone asked me if he was hurt and I couldn't remember. But it looks like they're starting to utilize Travis Hunter more and he's getting used to the NFL because I saw him play both ways in the Chiefs game and made plays on both sides. Made some incredible catches. So I think I like the passing game needs to get going. They have a solid run game for Jacksonville, but the pass game needs to get going, and I trust that more than the Colts, not only because I trust Trevor Lawrence more than Daniel Jones, but I like the wide receivers more. Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter for Jacksonville is I would say has a high potential duo where I think Pittman and who am I thinking of? Who is it's Pittman and wide receiver for the Colts.
Josh Downs.
Josh Downs, yeah. Those are the two wide receivers. I think they're solid wide receivers, but I don't think they have the high potential that the Jaguars wide receiving core has.
True, but I think Pittman is really good. And Tyler Warren, I think, is the X factor. Britton Strange, the tight end for the Jaguars, just got put on IR, so their tight end position is a little bit under question. But I do believe that the The Colts, I think, have better weapons, but Brian Thomas Jr. is the best weapon in the division. Besides, I think Nico Collins is probably the best wide receiver in the division, but because of how bad the O-line is for the Texans, it's hard for their offense to get going. But their defense is good enough to keep their team in almost every game.
Yeah, and the Texans are a wild card given just the kind of what they've done the past few years, winning the AFC South. And CJ Stroud is another quarterback I am high on. But you mentioned the O-line. But the thing is, a defense can always you want a great defense and just figuring out on the offense. Because the Texans are under a new offensive coordinator, it may be taking time for him to figure it out, in addition to the O-line problems. So they're a team that could figure it out and cause problems, just given what they've been able to do. Whereas the Titans are pretty much out of it because of just how young they are.
No one expected them to contend this year.
Yeah, no one. Yeah. But just kind of looking at, they're not really in it. The leaders, of course, the leader I would say is the Colts, just given how they burst on the scene, but they're tied with Jacksonville. And then the Texans have a chance, but it's going to take a lot because the Colts and Jacksonville have to lose for Houston to get back into it. But I don't think that's entirely impossible.
The Texans aren't out of it, but they're definitely in a worse spot compared to the other two. I think that the way the division is right now could stay that way, but if any team could come back, the Texans have a good enough defense to do that, and everything starts on the defensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. And one thing is, we may have already discussed this, but who do you trust less, or who do you think crumbles first? Colts or Jaguars?
Jaguars. I think the way that Trevor Lawrence has been playing has not been great, but Daniel Jones has yet to have like major mistakes that cost them the game. I mean, Adonai Mitchell had a holding play that Jonathan Taylor scored a touchdown on that was not needed on the play, and then also Adonai Mitchell dropped the ball for a touchdown, or they would be 5-0. I think the Colts have a lot less problems that I see currently, and so I think the Jaguars, if a team is between the two, is going to falter, I think it would be the Jaguars.
Okay, yeah, and that's kind of leads into both of our picks because I feel like the Colts are playing on borrowed time with Daniel Jones and what he's done. But this could be another year of a resurgent quarterback, kind of what we saw with Sam Darnold and just kind of waiting for that moment. And it didn't really happen till the playoffs. But if you can get to the playoffs with Daniel Jones and have a great record with the Colts, that'd be an incredible story to see.
Yeah, we'll see, but I believe in the Colts this year.
Yeah, and then one more thing about the AFC is AFC South is one of these teams, if they keep winning, the winner could result in the number 2 seed in the AFC.
That's true, especially with how some of those other divisions are shaping up.
Absolutely, and it's shocking because the AFC South has always been looked at as a poor division of just like, oh, they're barely a playoff team.
Yes, but now the AFC North, the Steelers look like to be the only decent team in that division.
Yeah, it's shocking. Just kind of how tides have turned in the AFC.
Yep.
All right. That concludes our episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.